Geek Cross.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Anna.
I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing?
Today, we are watching NCT 127's newest song, Punch. It just premiered. Like, the premiere is happening right now. So, this is their newest song on their repackaged album.
I have seen the teaser. Have you seen the teasers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even based off of that, though, I don't really know what to expect from the song.
All right, let's go react. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's play. Oh my. That noise caught me off guard. Peyton, it's a video game. Peyton, it's a video game.
I know. Oh my gosh.
I told you when I first saw the teaser, the very first teaser, I was like, this feels like Street Fighter or something, like one of those fighting video games.
Oh, Mercury.
This literally is an arcade video game. Oh, Johnny doing the breakdown part. Wow.
Ooh.
That's different. Oh, Chungwoo. But Chungwoo is doing the breakdown part, which like is not a surprise as well. This is the part that's in the teaser. AOE Valen. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Utah. Wow. Oh,
I feel like this is the first time I've seen him.
wait, Toyoung. It is the first time he showed up.
I'm not sure how I feel about the whispering.
Yeah, like the whisper raps. I think it was kind of interesting in the beginning when they did it.
But like 3 people did it in a row at the beginning, and I was like,
a little much.
oh, hello,
But
Toyoung.
I love Toyoung. Oh, Utah.
I don't think Utah's had like a line
Yeah,
yet.
can he have lines? Did they just do like a punch version of the woe?
I love Taeyu.
Honestly, I just love the vocalists. Like any SM vocalists, I usually end up loving them.
Oh, the vocal line.
I know.
I was gonna say dance breaks coming.
Yeah. Oh. The
Johnny's been
horns.
for this a lot.
Yeah. It's different.
Has Utah had a
It's
line
nice.
yet?
I guess that was his line. I know. Anyways. But the sound that they used when they started around when they came into this part, they started adding like a horn sound, which is interesting. I'll talk about it later. That noise when they
It
bring
really
the
was a video
logo.
game.
I know.
Today, Anna's gonna go first.
I know, we're
Much
switching
more
it up.
together.
So, first things first, this is a video game. Like we were saying, it's literally a video game. And I was mentioning during our video reaction, when I saw the teasers, I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of like Street Fighter or Tekken or something. As soon as you start, even with like the logo coming in, like the electronic sounds, as the song goes on the entire time, you have the I can't imitate it, but it's like going along in the background. So like, yeah, electronic video game. And I think even the way that they're styled adds to it too. And then one thing that I mentioned in the reaction that I would talk about now was when they're in like the boxing ring scene. Obviously that's another theme of like those fighting video games, like in the boxing ring or whatever. But also I thought it was interesting how they added horns at that part. when they're in a boxing ring, because usually when they introduce the fighter in like MMA fights or like boxing fights or whatever, like with the music playing in the background, there's always horns coming in to like make it a big entrance. And I'm just thinking of like Rocky too, when they come in, like the horns, like the ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. And that's sort of like the theme effect that they were going for in that part of the song. And then it just continues through the rest of the song. And like it's a good way to add another layer as well for more dynamics in the song as it's going forward. Because I mean, especially in this song or just like NCT 127 songs, like they start hard from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to say about the song was that since the vocal parts are more R&B, with the vocalists that they have, they usually fit into that category. And then there's the distinct rapping parts that Mark and Taeyong do. Sometimes Taeyeon will have a line in that. Sometimes Johnny will have a line in that. Yuta did not have lines in the song. If he did,
not that we could tell.
If he did, it was like a part where it could also be considered like the whole group doing it. And I was thinking that's because with those two distinct groups, Yuta doesn't obviously fall into one of those categories. Like his singing voice isn't really R&B to fit the whole vibe of the singing parts that usually happen in their songs. And like he isn't one of those rappers like Mark and Taeyong are. My thinking is like, okay, SM, you see someone like Yuta and he doesn't distinctly fall into one of those categories. That doesn't mean that you don't give him parts. Because he doesn't distinctly fall into one category, that means he can do either of those categories. Why not both of those categories? So that he can finally have distinct parts in an NCT 127 song that isn't just an album song. It can be in the title track. I don't know. Maybe just think about that, please. Okay, sorry.
Are you rapping now?
I just get like really frustrated. And like we noticed this about Johnny too, where like he had a part in the beginning of the song, so we were like, oh, Johnny is gonna have more parts, and then that was like his only part. I don't know, I feel like it's a fandom thing to get upset about this, right? Anyways, Peyton can continue on with my rant as she starts her comments.
I grew up in a dance company. I have a performance background. I understand that there, like in K-pop groups, there are people who are distinctly the main vocalist or the lead vocalist or the main rapper or the lead rapper. And so I don't necessarily think that everything has to be equal, because that's just not how it works. Like there's a reason that the main dancer is in the front for the dance break while someone who's not as strong is in the back. There's a reason that a main vocalist will have more parts than someone who's just a sub vocalist. Like that makes sense to me, but that's not a reason to not give someone any parts. They are all so talented and they all work so hard. And you put them in the group for a reason, and they want to sing and dance and perform. So let them sing and dance and perform. And it just makes me so frustrated. There are 9 members in the song, so it makes sense that they won't each have 1/9 of the song because they all have distinct roles. But his role as a vocalist and a rapper, he should have something.
Honestly, that argument also just brings me to the fact that like it doesn't make any sense for every single song to have the same sort of equation of like this much rap and then this much vocal parts, with rap vastly outweighing the vocal parts when the amount of vocalists in this group vastly outweighs the amount of rappers. Like I love Mark and Taeyong. They are extremely talented, very good rappers.
I love them. But especially when you have vocalists like Moon Tae gave up his position at a singing college, the only boy to get in.
Literally.
Like, okay, we could rant about this for a very long time.
I'm sorry.
Other more positive things.
But about the song.
The one part that really can't get out of my head is that whispering rap part, and I'm really not sure how I feel about it yet. I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to the song a couple of times just because I don't know if I liked it or not. I think, like we were saying during the reaction, it was cool at the beginning, but then they had like multiple people do it in a row, and I was kind of like, is this ASMR? Like, what is going on?
It's a cool effect because it adds like that contrast, like that dynamic contrast, and also just like a different texture to the song. Since they did it in the beginning with like 3 people in a row, then it just gets repetitive and then you don't like it as much when it shows up the second time. But if they did it the first and second time, the way that they did it the second time, I think it would have been better. But that's just me.
I don't have a negative or a positive on it yet. I just have it stuck out in my mind, and it's like I can still hear them whispering in my ear even right now. And then from a performance aspect, I mean, just like with the music, their songs always start like they hit the ground running and they're going hard. And like obviously you couldn't see the whole dance in this, and I can't give like detailed comments on the dance because they were showing snippets of it. And sometimes in music videos, they actually show snippets of the dance at parts where it's not what actually goes with the song. But the parts that I do remember seeing, like, it was just very their style. It's not quite only hip hop, it's not quite only jazz. It's like a really good blend of the styles, and they pull it off really well because it's like a very good balance between very hard hitting and more fluid movements. And I feel like that also goes with the style of the song, like Anna was saying. So they have these two distinct sections, and their dance is very reflective of that, which makes it feel more cohesive. So yeah, I really liked it. If I was going to choose a favorite between this and Kick It, I actually think I prefer this one.
Same. But I mean, that's not surprising with me and my adoration for video game songs. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below whether you agree, disagree with our comments, anything else you might just want to say, any recommendations. If you did like the video, also be sure to like. I already told you to comment. Subscribe. Click the notification bell. And stay tuned for more of our videos in the future. Bye!